podcast. Jay Gunner 17, formerly YouTube channel Jamie Waffles Footy. I'm your host today, and we've got our co-host AGN Entertainment, which is formerly known as Adam. How are you today, Adam? How are we doing today?
I'm doing good, Jamie. I'm doing good. Yeah, feeling fresh, ready to go. More England chat. Let's try and right the wrongs of the tactics in the last game. Let's try and get things together for Gareth.
Yep, certainly. You were at a wedding yesterday, no?
Yeah, I was at a wedding. Yeah, big shout out to one of my good mates from school, Ollie, who got married. Really lovely day, amazing weekend, top stuff.
None of the bridesmaid fancying your fit?
Chance to be a fine thing, Jamie.
Anyways, moving on, people. We are going to pull up England's starting 11. It's on the BBC website. I'm going to pull it up now. 1 second, people. Just got to share the screen. Just remember, people, to hit that free punch combination. So, bam, 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 by liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. And also following my TikTok, Jay Gunner 17, which is doing very, very well at the moment. It's pulling in some traction. And Adam, do you want to drop in your plugs just before we get going?
Yep. So I'm AGN Entertainment on YouTube, and I'm AGN Football still on TikTok. So Look me up and do the bam bam bam.
There you go, the free punch combination. Right, can you see that on your end, Adam?
I can indeed, Jamie. Yep.
Yeah. So goalkeeper, pretty obvious one. Are we just going to go straight for Jordan Pickford? Yeah.
Yeah, we have to, don't we? It's got to be Pickford.
Yeah. There's no before. I think let me come off so I can see you. Beforehand, I think there was a little bit of a conversation to be had with Aaron Ramsdale last year before David Raya started playing for the Arsenal. But now I don't think there is any conversation to be had. Jordan Pickford plays very, very well for England, and I don't think we can really swap that. What do you think, mate?
Yeah, completely agree. Pickford's the only one playing club level football, isn't he, on a weekly basis? So it has to be him. He's an established England player, isn't he? It's a shame for Rambo because had he played for Arsenal, he'd been in the picture. But got to be Pickers.
I should have started off with the formation really first. So let me come down a little bit. What formation are you thinking to be had? We can have 4-3-2-1. We can have the 4-4-2. We can have the 4-5-1. We can have the 4-2-3-1, which I think is the one.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not the 4-2-3-1, because then that's playing two defensive midfielders, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Is there any more on there? There's no more I can choose from. So it has to be the 4-2-3-1. But we know we're not playing with two defensive midfielders, people. It is going to be, we're going to count that as a 6 and an 8 and a 10. Is that what we're thinking, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right. So moving on to right back. Who would you have as your right back? We've got the options. Because I don't think Trent should be playing in centre midfielder. Should we be dropping Trent to the bench, or should we be having Kyle Walker at right back?
Kyle Walker at right back for me.
I agree. I don't think there's really a conversation to be had. I think that Trent, well, we'll get on to Trent, whether he plays centre midfield or not, but I think he could come on later on and his creativeness would impact the game. But I just think over the performances, it's probably because he ain't playing in position, let's be honest. But over the last couple of performances, I don't think he manages to make the squad. What are you thinking, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be Carl in that position for me. He's the best fit, and I think Trent comes out completely.
Okay. All right, then we'll move on over to the centre back position. Are we in agreement with John Stones?
Absolutely, yeah. John Stones.
I think that's
it has to be him. Yeah,
that's a certain. I don't think there's any conversation to have. No. Are we happy? This is the back four is going to be very, very easy, people. I don't think that there can be any conversations really, except for the left back position. Let me just move over. I just need to pull up the chat, people, so I can see if anyone's in the chat. There we go. 1 second, lad. Chat. I'm just putting it as an overlay. So will that work? Let's have a quick look. There we go. Can you see that to the side of you?
Yep.
Yep. So if a chat comes up, it will pop up there. So just be wary, people, what you put, please, please, please. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on all of our platforms. Anyways, moving on over to the other centre-back position. Guehi or Konsa, what, Joe Gomez, Lewis Dunk. Is there a conversation to be had there, bro?
You see, the thing for me is he's been so good. He's been the bright spark of an otherwise underwhelming England team. So I think you've got to reward Guehi with another start. I mean, I think it's very, very harsh to not do so. So I'd go with Guehi.
I completely agree. I think the last match, I think there was only two. Well, Guehi was above everyone else. The only other person who actually, so I would have put Guehi last game for a 7 or an 8, and for Saka, I would put a 5 or a 6. That's the person who was better than the rest of them, kind of thing. And Guehi was just better than all of them.
Yeah,
is that you would agree with that?
Completely agree. Yeah.
Mark Guehi has very, very much surprised a lot of England fans, including myself. I had the conversation before the Euro started about Konsa starting there because of club form with Aston Villa and how well Aston Villa did. But Guehi has blew my expectations, and I'm very, very happy with him as an England fan. And I think he has been more than capable. He's been our best player over the 2 games. People obviously Bellingham obviously got the man of the match in the first game for that first half, but I think Guehi deserved it, to be honest with you. Do you agree?
Yeah, completely. I think, Guehi, he looks like an established England player. And he's not, is he? But he looks like he really fits in, like he's been playing in that position for 5 years. So that tells you all you need to know, I think, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm just going to quickly open a window because it's very hot in this room. Give me 1 second. There we go. The window's open. I am back, people. Right, so we're going to move on over to the left back position, and there's a conversation to be had here. Luke Shaw is fit. Well, he's training. He's fit. Do we go for Luke Shaw? Because I think we do.
We do. Definitely.
You agree?
Yeah, completely.
Because I think on that left-hand side, part of the reason Foden did struggle was because of not having a left-footed left back behind him, because Trippier always goes to play inside rather than out wide because he's predominantly right-footed. So this is what I said to you, bro, weren't it? This is why I said that you need a left-footed centre-back. Oh, how many times did I say this about a left-footed centre-back and a left-back? Because when the ball's at their feet and there's pressure on them, they'll go with their strong foot and play the way their strong foot. You think, people, you're standing up, you're standing right there, yeah? Someone's coming at you, you ultimately go with your strong foot and you play that way. So if it's a left-footed player who'll play that way, a right-footed player will play the other way. Are you thinking that as well?
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. So we're going with Luke Shaw. I know we know that he hasn't played much, but he is our only left-footed left back, and that is Southgate's fault for not bringing in the likes of Mitchell and others. But Luke Shaw has to go in for me, and Adam is in agreement. So moving on over to the other centre midfield position, Declan Rice.
Yeah, Rice, got to be, isn't it? Absolutely. He's the mechanics of that midfield, and the stalwart really of the side. So young still, it's amazing. He looks like a 32-year-old player, but of course he's not. He's still very, very young. But yeah, we can't go without Rice. He's got to be in there.
No, of course. Super Kev has put in the chat. Super Kev 10. Super Kev, Super Kev, Super Kev, Super Kevy. He's put Jay Gunner and AGM were both a 10 though. What do you mean, brother? By we're both a 10? I don't get it, Kev. Type out something else for me. I'm gonna carry on with Declan Rice. Declan Rice, as I've said to many, many people, like Adam has just touched on as well, our most important player for England. Before the Euro started, Adam, you will remember this. I said Declan Rice was our most important player, and I said this, and then people were like, "No, Harry Kane." And remember, people did say to me, "Harry Kane," when we were in your pod, and I said, "No, Declan Rice is the most important player by far." Look what happened when Declan Rice had a poor game. We looked poor. If Declan Rice doesn't play good, we don't play good. It's quite simple because he holds the team together. He's the gel. He's the mechanism. He's like, he holds it together like this. Anyways, Super Kev 10 has put post-match ratings. Oh, so he's put in that our post-match ratings were a 10. Of course they were, my brother. Of course, it is Jay Gunner over here, and it is Adam AGN over here. And Super Kev is jumping on a podcast with me. We're starting up a podcast every Monday. It's going to be to do with positive talks, positive things in football, where it's not also negative. And we're always talking about, this, that, the other, he should have done better. We're going to literally pick out the most positive things from most games and talk about mental health awareness. We're going to talk about many, 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 many things. But anyways, so Declan Rice, most important player. Let's move on over. And thank you for your comments, Kev. And if you're watching this on playback, hit that 3-punch comment, like that, by liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. Anyways, moving on to the other CM position. This is where it gets a bit juicy, fruity. What are we saying, bro? You can take the lead on this one.
Yeah, so this may be a little bit controversial, Jamie, but for me, I want to see Kobbie Mainoo.
Oh, this is where it gets a bit controversial because I wanted Jude Bellingham to play as the 8.
Okay.
Yeah. But Kev, if you're in here, we'll let the chat decide. Kev, if you are watching, my brother, comment Kobbie Mainoo or Jude Bellingham as the 8, because I was going to say, when we move on to the number 10, maybe fitting in your boy Cole Palmer in there.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So it's whether you put in Mainoo or Cole Palmer.
Oh, yeah, that's difficult, isn't it? It would have to be Cole Palmer for me.
Yeah. So are you happy to go with my venture here by saying,
think on the basis of fitting that boy Cole Palmer in, everybody who watches me knows how highly I think of him.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It's either Mainoo or Cole Palmer.
Mainoo more minutes.
Not in the 8 position, people. We're saying Jude. Hey Jude goes in. This is people. It's only given us the tactic to have 2 DMs. This ain't 2 DMs. Just to touch on it a little bit more further. That's an 8, and then that is a 6. Jude Bellingham puts in tackles, and I think he would help out more. I would like to see Bellingham with Foden down the middle and someone on the left. However, if Jude is calm, then I would prefer Mainoo over Wharton. So he is kind of saying, I think we go with Bellingham in the 8. I feel like we need to see Wharton before the knockouts, but I feel he's just reserves and last case scenario. I completely agree. We could play Wharton or Mainoo, but I think a Jude and a Declan Rice double pivot would be quite sensational.
Yeah.
I think that's a really, really good pivot, and I think that's what we're going for. Yeah. So should we go straight to the cam position? Right. So we're going to go out there, and then I'm saying, people are like, well, he could actually play in his own position, his normal position. Phil Foden, no. He's had 2 chances. He didn't play left wing. People, that's what people need to come to grips and realise. Our last game against Denmark, everyone's like, well, he played left wing. He's not in his position. No, he didn't. He played as a left 10, or you could call it an 8. He was in a deep pocket. He was never out wide. We played with 1 winger the whole game. Are you in agreement with that, Brian?
I completely agree, Jamie. I mean, he's had 2 chances. You know, we're not giveaways here. This is the England national side. We're not a charity, and we want players in there that are going to do a job. Cole deserves his chance.
Yeah,
he has to be given the chance. Has to. Otherwise, why on earth was he taken? If he doesn't play in this game, I want to really ask, why did they take him? Why did they pick him?
Exactly. I'm in complete agreement. Cole Palmer. I know I'm an Arsenal fan. We're both gooners over here, and we have a lot of people saying, I'm still getting a lot of people on my TikTok live today. I had about 110 people on my TikTok live today, and I would say I was getting 4 or 5 comments saying Palmer over Saka. So I put up a poll. And put, does Saka deserve to be dropped for Cole Palmer on the right wing? Because that's where Cole Palmer predominantly plays, doesn't it? But then the thing is with that, then you're turning into a Phil Foden again, when you need width, and Cole Palmer ain't going to provide width. But
exactly.
the results come in, and it was 72% of people saying Saka doesn't deserve to be dropped. So it was the Chelsea fans just trying to fit Cole Palmer in, which we've done anyway. Super Kev 10. So I agree with both. Bellingham next to Rice, joining the attack. That allows Palmer or Foden in the middle with a wide left player, but that's just my opinion. I completely agree with Super Kev. I think what we've got here is right. And I think if Palmer don't play well, then Foden comes back in. Quite simple. Is that what you're thinking too?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've got to give Palmer a start. I also agree. I think Saka. You can't drop Saka because Saka was excellent in the first game, and in the second game he was one of the two best of a very bad lot. So I think he definitely deserves to stay in for that width. So Saka, Palmer, and then of course we'll get on to talking about the next position.
So we'll touch on a little bit of Bukayo Saka, as my friend Adam has. He's took lead and spoke about Bukayo Saka just like I wanted. Well, Ben Port's actually come in with a comment. I've got my two loyal boys from my community in here, Super Kev and Ben Port, the dream team of boys. We'll have to get both of you in for a pod with us too, so we could do a 4 trio. It's not a trio because that's 2. But anyways, Jude next to Rice, Saka right, Palmer in the 10, Gordon on the left, and Kane up top. We'll be moving on to that Benny boy. We'll be moving on to that Benny Blanco. That's what we'll be moving on to. So I'm just going to touch on Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, second leading scorer going to the tournament. Like I've already picked out, assist in the first game. He was the top 3 players with Guehi, Bellingham and Saka in them that first game. And then the second game, it was Guehi by a mile. And then I think Saka was the second best player on the pitch. He was our only thread. He was our only threat. I mean, sorry, people, I was just reading the comments. Super Kev has put a 4 trio. Oh, yeah, let's not start getting to a bit weird stuff like Bukakis and that, people. But anyways, so Saka is definitely in there for me. He was the other threat. And when we were going forward, the only person who looked any type of danger, same as the first game, Bellingham looked like danger, but Foden did that little run when he took on 4 or 5 players once, and then it just turned into nothing when he should have passed the ball, but he shot from 30 yards out and literally did a back pass to the keeper. But anyways, Saka starts, in my humble opinion. That's the J Gunner 17 word, and then we stay by it. That's how it goes on this channel. We have the agreement from Super Kev and Ben Port, so we'll move on to the right winger. So this is where we drop Foden or not. I'm going to take lead on this one, bro, and I'm going to say Anthony Gordon. I think Anthony Gordon should come in. I know. I said previously, people, this is why opinions change. It happens. It's life. I said previously that I don't think that Anthony Gordon should come in because having 2 wingers that run at players don't work this day and age, but now I see that it will work. We need a player like Anthony Gordon who's going to get at his player, get at his man, spread the play, spread the width, and I just think that it's simple as that. This is what moving on to as well. Trent needed someone like Anthony Gordon to show his best side of playing, so that's why I think it's a bit harsh on dropping Trent, even though he has been poor. He only had 1 threat to get to. Or that you know Adam, how he likes to spray that ball where he'll just do a cross ball across the pitch. He'll pick out his man open in space. That would be good for Anthony Gordon. But we're dropping Trent, and I think Anthony Gordon comes in. What's your opinion, bro?
Completely agree. Yeah, I mean Anthony Gordon. You know, if you watch him for Newcastle, he's always running at players, and we need 2 of our starting 11 to do that. We need the conventional wingers to actually stretch the opposition. And we haven't been doing that in these first 2 games. First game, Saka was the only one really doing it. And of course, Denmark was a complete, we've talked about Denmark. It was a complete write-off. So in the game, 2 aggressive attacking wing players. Saka, the instruction, run at your fullback. Gordon, instruction, run at your fullback. That's what we need.
Do you know what this is an old school saying, people? And my big brother used to say it to me because I used to be a winger as well. My big brother, just to touch on, just a little bit of context for you people. My big brother, his name's Kenny Trickett. He used to play for Coventry, QPR. He played under Terry Venables. He had caps for the under-21s, the under-18s, and the under-16s. So he was very, very well knowledgeable. He used to coach me. He used to be my manager. And what he always used to say to me, Jamie, white boots. As soon as I heard him say white boots, I knew what he meant. Adam, do you know what white boots mean?
No, you have to explain that for me.
Okay, that means your boots should be touching the touch line. White boots. If you're a
Okay,
winger,
yes.
touch the
Yeah,
touch line, white boots. It
yeah,
saves saying get out wide. You say white boots, white
yeah,
boots. That's
yeah,
football
yeah,
terms for it's the old school football term for stay out wide. Stay out
yeah.
wide, spread the play, spread the pitch. So what happens with this, people? If we have an Anthony Gordon who sits white boots, like I've just explained, white boots out on the left, Saka out on the right, it opens up the middle of the pitch because at the moment we're so deep because we're playing in the middle of the pitch and we're losing the ball constantly because we're in this little compact space and it's not working. We haven't got players who can do quick 1-2s to break through the lines and break through the space. And that's what the problem is. So we need white boots, and then we've got lots of Jude Bellingham, and we will have Cole Palmer to play in between, then have a little bit of space, have the ball at their feet to do some creativity. Are we in agreement with that, brother? Have I done the right terminology?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, well, yeah, white boots from the paint on the touchline. I should have known that
Exactly
already,
right, bro.
shouldn't I? Yeah, no, absolutely. That's exactly what we need. And I think if we play with those two conventional wingers, we're going to play much, much better. We
Yeah.
really will.
Yeah, 100%. Right. It's only a short pod today, people. We're going to do about 20 to 25 minutes because we have done our hour and a half podcast. We're just going to try out a little 20 to 25 minutes just to retain some people because otherwise people get bored. We have short attention spans. Definitely me. I have ADHD, so I have a really, really short attention span. So if you see me moving around and stuff, people, as always do on the pods, it's my ADHD. So we're going to try and make it a bit more short and sweet. So is there a conversation to be had for the striker, bro?
Yes, for me,
There
yes.
is. There is a conversation to be had. I will let you take the lead.
I think we need to bench Harry Kane for this game. Now, I'm aware that a lot of conventional England fans will disagree with this opinion, and that's fair enough. You know, football's a game of opinions after all. You know, we've all got an opinion. I think we need to be going with Ollie Watkins. I think he offers more than Kane has done in the past two games. However, the caveat that I would give is that if we play with two conventional wingers, that might suit
Brother,
Kane more.
I was about to bite your tongue off, bite your lip off when you said you know about Kane because sorry
Yeah,
to interrupt on you, bro. But if we have the two wingers like we
yes,
always used to, where do you think Kane's goals have come from?
that's
Because
it.
he can drop
That's
deep
it.
into the space like he does now. The reason he's been struggling is because he's dropping deep into that space, what he always has done for England, always has done at club level as well.
Yeah,
But we're noticing it more now because we're so compact and we're so squeezed in the middle of that pitch that it's being noticed more because he's not getting the ball because there's so many people in there. We have two
yeah,
wingers. We spread them out
yeah,
wide. Kane can come in, get the ball, spray it out wide to our left winger, spray it out wide to our right winger. So
yeah,
it's a hard
exactly.
one. But you carry on, bro. Go on. You carry on.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, I don't know. So we're talking about this, Jamie. Obviously, we're both football fans, both Arsenal fans. We both understand wing play because Arsenal do it very well, don't they, with Saka and
Yeah.
Martinelli?
That's one of our most important things.
That's exactly it. And I think what I find astonishing is that we're talking about this, and I think it's a very simple equation. Two wingers will suit Harry Kane. What
Exactly.
doesn't suit Harry Kane is holding. Okay, he can hold the ball up per se. I've seen a lot people
He
do it a
can't.
lot better than him. I think Tony's a better hold up player than
Yeah,
Harry
he can't
Kane.
hold the ball, Adam. He can't.
He can't. No,
No.
he defensively to vet it's his defensive performances over the two games have been the most notable.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, look, he scored a goal, but he couldn't really miss, could he, against Denmark?
No. No.
You know, I'm going to bet that you could have put that away, Jamie, and you
Quite
know,
easily.
maybe I could have done as
My
well.
twin girls could have put that away.
Exactly.
He
So
scored. He was there. He was in the right position. So
it was in the right position, but
yeah,
other than that, a goal line, I've seen goal line clearances, winning fouls. And in the first game, I think we talked about this, didn't we? And we gave Harry Kane a 5 out of 10. And I said to you, I said the best part of his game was his defensive
yeah.
positioning and
I'm going to
play.
pull up another thing, boys. Yeah. Average position England.
Yeah.
Have you seen this? Can you see what
Um,
I'm typing on the screen?
no, I can't, Jamie. No, not.
No. Right. I'm going to pull something up for you people. Yeah. I'm just doing this in the background. Yeah. Right. Let's go back to share screen. I'm going to show you something when it loads. And it's going to blow your mind, Adam. It's going to absolutely blow your mind. I don't know if people can see this. Right. Okay. People, it's going to be small on your screen, but I'm going to come back over to Restream. Sorry about this, Adam. It's the middle of conversation, but I think it has a lot of relevance to what we're about to do. So, stop sharing that. I'm just waiting on it to load, people. Right. My laptop's a bit slow, but I'm going to show you something else, Adam. It's going to blow your mind. Right. So, here we go. This was, can you see it on your screen, bro? I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to do a zoomy.
I can, mate. Yeah.
Well, that's zooming out. I want to be zoomed in. Right, people. Yeah. So, this is England's, people. This is England's average position when leading versus Denmark after 15 minutes. This was our average position. So, Bukayo Saka, can you see my mouse scrolling, people? Can you see that mouse, Adam?
Yeah.
You see the cursor, yeah? The hand, yeah?
Yeah, I can, mate.
That is Bukayo Saka right there. So, Bukayo Saka is the furthest forward, yeah? So, if we come in here, this is Harry Kane in there, yeah? So, we were parked on our 18-yard box from the 15th minute of the game.
Yeah.
From the 15th minute of the game, which is very, very appalling. Bukayo Saka's the only one forward, but this would not happen if we had two wingers and if Harry Kane was playing with two wingers. So moving back on over to what we had just up a second ago. I know this is a bit of constant back and forth, but I wanted to show up that graph for people. Were you surprised by what did you think about that graph, bro?
Do you know what? I think that really just underlines the utter lack of aggression in this England side and this defensive, pragmatic, negative. I'm tired of it, Jamie. I know we all are, aren't we? We're all tired of it. We want to see people playing to their strengths, camping in your own half and parking the bus after 15 minutes. You shouldn't be I mean, even Georgia aren't doing that. Even the lesser teams in this competition aren't doing that. So why are we doing it? It's just fundamentally it's shocking. It's like it's like Kev's just said, shambolic. I completely agree. It is shambolic.
Yeah,
and we're England. We're England.
So the difference, what that makes as well with two wingers. You see how Bukayo Saka was all the way out to the right. We would have the same with the left, on the left wing. So we'd have two outlets rather than just one outlet. That's why Saka was the only attacking threat, because he was the only man was outside the 18-yard box. Quite simple. Super Kev 10 has put, we should be playing a high press, catching teams out and absolutely destroying them with the quality we have. We have an amazing high press when we use it. Yes, I completely agree. But when you have Harry Kane on the pitch, I don't think you can do a high press because he's too slow to get there. That's my personal opinion. I think high press suits the likes of Arsenal because people think that Kai Havertz ain't that fast. But when he actually runs at players, he gets there quite quickly, whereas Harry Kane don't. Yeah, so if you brought in Ollie Watkins, like you were suggesting in the comments, Super Kev, then that's when you can play that high press. But I think there's a certain pressure you can play where it's not the same as Arsenal's when you suffocate them in their own third. You can't do that. I think we come back and we suffocate them in the middle of the pitch rather than in their third. So moving on over, like we've been saying. So my vote is for Harry Kane. What is your vote?
If we use the team that we have talked about tonight, Jamie, I would go with Harry. I would go with Harry Kane. Yeah.
So I'm going to confirm the team. So people, just in a bit of context of Harry Kane. Harry Kane is scored 64 goals for England. England's leading scorer of all time. He has scored 52 goals for club this season, which is the highest in the top 5 European leagues and all the leagues, I think. I'm pretty sure, unless you start including Sunday League and stuff. But yeah, the top 5 European leagues is Harry Kane. So it's hard to drop him. And he has been playing poorly because, like we've just said on our analysis of this, is because we haven't had two wide players and we're stuck in the middle of the pitch. And I think once we start spreading out wide using the terminology of white boots, like I've pointed out, and that's for everyone listening to me now. Whenever you go play football and you want someone to stay out wide, teach them white boots because it helps. It's very, very easy to use. So do you think that Mikel Arteta is on the sideline shouting, "Get out wide, Saka, get out wide"? No, he's not. He's saying white boots. He's saying things like this. This is what's used at the top level. That's where my brother brought it from. My brother played at that level. Like I said, I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you where he's learned it. And he used to say to me, "White boots, Jamie, white boots," and I just knew straight away what to do. And whenever I've played football with anyone, I've said white boots. So there is your quote of the day, people, from J Gunner 17. Anyways, moving on over to Super Kev 10. I can back that, but if nothing's happening, Southgate needs to pull the plug quicker in subbing out Kane for someone that may work better. Are you in agreement with that, brother?
Completely. I completely agree. We can't have late, ponderous substitutions. I want quick substitutions. If things aren't working, you change it. The definition of madness is doing the same thing again and again and again and hoping for the same or better results. Which
that's another quote of the day, there, people.
There we go. I remember that.
Quote of the day. We're going to change our podcast name to White Boots. But yeah, brother, sorry to cut you off. You can carry on if you like to carry on.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just completely agree with the comment. Yeah, we need to change things. I mean, the one comment, the one word that I've used for Gareth Southgate, and I'd like to know what people think of this, is pragmatic. He's a very pragmatic manager. He's cautious, overly so, massively so. Jamie's image that he brought up there sort of demonstrates that very, very clearly. Cautious. And I don't like it. I want more dynamic. I want attacking. I want white boot.
Yeah.
We need that. We need that from Gordon. Gordon's such an aggressive player. So he should be given a chance. Same with Saka. He runs. They run. These wingers run at players, and that's what gets results.
Do you know what I find weird, Adam? So Saka's done so well for England, since they've swapped his position like they've done at Arsenal, where he actually don't get at the players. He comes in and cuts in and plays as a deep line forward, like a right forward. And then all of a sudden, he's reverted him back to as a right winger. Have you noticed that he's all of a sudden reverted him back?
Yeah.
Where he weren't necessarily playing as a right winger before for England. In the qualifiers, he was playing as a right forward because obviously Harry Kane came deep. You watch now, people. Mark my words. Mark J Gunner 17 words here. We play with two wingers on two proper wingers like Gordon and Saka against Slovenia. Bukayo Saka will score because he'll revert him back to that right forward because Anthony Gordon will stay out wide, white boots, go all the way out, cross it in. Saka will be the furthest man forward for when Harry Kane comes in deep, and then he'll come in and get that ball played into him and he will drive on through. That's my personal opinion. Super Kev has put spot on AGM. What's the point of having a deep squad with such high quality if we don't use it efficiently, which is very much agreed on. Ben Port has put dreadful. I'm assuming he's talking about how we were sat back the 11 there. That's what I think he's talking about. But this is our starting 11. Just to go through it again, we have Dele Adebola in goal. We have at right back, we have Emil Heskey. At centre half, we have John Hartson. Anyway, no. Bring back Emil Heskey, people, to solve all of our worries.
Where's Miguel Almiron, mate?
Yeah, Miguel Almiron. Emil Heskey celebration, this. He's putting the ball. But no, people, it's Jordan Pickford, Kyle Walker, Jonathan Stones, Marcus Guehi, Lucas Shaw, Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, Colton Palmer, Tony Gordon, and Harold Kane. That is our starting 11 for the game against Slovenia. Any more words, Adam, on my lovely, lovely thinking on the spot there?
Yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah,
Top
no,
podcast for
that's
me, like top podcaster.
it's brilliant. It's good side, good side. That side should be pasting Slovenia. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. That we should be looking 3-0, 4-0. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, by the way. I'm really not. But
No.
I'm saying that side should beat Slovenia
I
comfortably.
think that's a lot better. That squad, after seeing the two, don't get me wrong, the first game, I wasn't mad about the squad because I think it was a good squad, but it just hasn't worked. I was happy with the Trent experiment, but the experiment is done. Basically, it's like when you're a kid, you experiment by putting Mentos in the Coke, and all of a sudden it goes like this in your face. That's what Trent Alexander-Arnold has done in centre midfield. It's blew up in Southgate's face, so now he needs to change it. He probably won't change it, but there we go. Ben Porter's put, if Shaw ain't fit, I give Gomez a chance. I think if Gomez, I do think if Gomez is, if Luke Shaw is not fit, I think you still can carry on with Trippier. I don't think Trippier's been bad. I think like we said before with Trips, you would notice only if he was poor. The fact that we haven't noticed him really just shows he hasn't really been that bad. I think we need a left back there now. We need a left back, an actually left-footed player at left back.
Yeah.
Because like I've put on Ben, like I've said just before, I don't know if you were in here, a left-footed player will always go, when there's pressure put on them, always go to the left. A right-footed player, when there's pressure coming at them, they will always go to the right. Because you're not going to, every young footballer is taught not to go across yourself when someone's coming at you. It's quite simple. When the pressure's on, you don't play across your box, do you? As a defender, that's what literally the number one rule. Don't go across your goal. And that's what you'd be doing as a right-footed left back if you were doing that. You'd be going across your goal that way, wouldn't you? Because you think if they pick it up in the centre of the pitch, outside the 18-yard box, and they start playing that way, they're going across the face of goal. That's what they're doing. So they're taught from a young age, it's drilled into them, don't play across goal. And that's what a right-footed left back would do. So that's why a left-footed left back comes in. I think that's why Phil Foden has struggled. But it's not just that. There's many reasons, like we've just touched on, we're not having a proper two left and right winger. But I think I'm happy with all that. And I think this has been a really, really good pod. Just everyone, for context, 3-punch combination. So, bam, like, subscribe, and comment down below. Now we're going to move on over to Ben Port's comment. Yeah, that's why I hope Shaw is fit, because he can cross the ball straight instead of turning back, then getting pressed. Exactly. So that's what's happening, people. What is happening? Because when Trippier is getting pressed, he can't go forward. He's having to go backwards because he's right-footed. If you're right-footed and someone's pressure, you have to go backwards, don't you? You literally have to go backwards, unless you're playing through the middle. But because we're so compact and there's so many people in the middle, he can't play it through the middle, so he's going backwards. Whereas we can't play out wide to Phil Foden because Phil Foden's in that little tight-knit community in the centre midfield, just like over my TikTok, they've got a quite tight-knit community. That's what they're doing in the centre of the pitch. They're all having canoodles in the centre of the pitch. Harry Kane, Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, all having a little squeaky bum time having a canoodle. That's what they're doing. So I'm on form today, boys. I'm on form. So that's what we think the squad will go with. And I know I'm waffling on because I'm Jamie Waffles Footy. That's what I do. You can call me Joshua soon if you like, but there you have it. That I'm happy with the squad. That's what the squad we think Southgate should go with on Tuesday. You let us know in the comments down below what you think we should go with. You give me your starting 11, and whether I think it's wrong or right, I will back you no matter what. And I'm going to touch on one last thing, which is mental health awareness. Look out for someone today, whether it's a friend or a loved one. If you're on the train or the bus, you've got your AirPods in now, you've got your earphones in now, listening to my beautiful voice. Make sure you take your headphones out. Take me out. I don't care. Just take it out and just tap on the person's shoulder and ask them if they're okay. They might find it a bit weird, but you've checked in on them at least, and that make you feel a bit better yourself. Any last things, Adam?
No, I think we've had a really good conversation, haven't we? And I think we've got a really got a good team there. I think we've done a very good job, and I think we've got our tactics spot on, mate. We know our tactics, don't we?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. The overlay's not going away, but let me stop sharing the screen. So, people, I'm just going to, if it ever does it, there we go. So, I have been Jay Gunner 17. formerly known on YouTube as Jamie Waffles Footy. My TikTok is jgunner17, as you can see here and you can see below. So what I'm going to do, the banner underneath, I'm going to read it out to you just one last time. Like, comment and subscribe to TikTok jgunner17, YouTube Jamie Waffles Footy, TikTok AGN Football, YouTube AGN Entertainment. I've just dropped your plugs, but go on, drop them again, brother.
Yeah, no, thank you, Jamie. Yeah, AGN Football on TikTok and AGN Entertainment on YouTube. And yeah, 3 punches. Boom, boom, boom. Get them in. Get them in.
All right,
Do
then,
it.
boy. It's been a pleasure, my
today.
brother. It's been a pleasure, per usual.
Absolute pleasure, always. Yeah.
Thank you for the comments, Super Kev and Ben Port. We love the support. Everyone who's backing me and Adam, we love you and we thank you so much. We are so humble and we're really proud to be getting where we're at. We're moving forward and we are going to take you along for the journey. We're a big family here, big tight-knit community, just like the centre of the pitch for England at the moment. That's how we are. So we'll love yous and leave you.